So here we have 3 candidates for our audio cards for the Windows 98 PC, gaming PC. Now, I do not know anything about any of these. I've got 3 manuals here, 16-bit, 32-bit, and then I got this manual over here, which I believe to be a 16-bit. It's either a 16-bit or a 32-bit. But these are all, as you can see, 16-bit ISO cards because of the extra. So this is an 8-bit and this is the extra bits. So this is a 16-bit ISO card. So we have this candidate. I will put down the specs. We got this one. And we got this one. I have really been trying to figure out which manuals belong to which card is by looking in them and looking for a picture, because if you have a look around here, there's not much indication on what it could be. Googling will reveal to you what, but if you were just looking at it physically, you're not really gonna spot it if you haven't really worked with it at all. So we got 3 16-bit ISO sound cards to look at and to choose from, because we only can have one. But the status of each one, well, that's unknown. I've no clue if any of these work. Yes, the one has a red sticker on. I don't know if this was placed in by the manufacturer or placed by someone who tested the card. That is for us to find out. But the one I do have, or I have on hand, the graphics, I mean not the graphics, the sound drivers for, is this one here. You can't offhand see, but it's this card here, Sound Blaster Pro. Now it's useful, this manual, because it's going to tell me how to install software on DOS. So if you look here, because this DOS is where this is how I'm going to install it. I'm not going to go into Windows 98 and figure out, can I get drivers for this card for Windows 98? I'm going to do it the difficult way, a way I've never done it before. I'm going to go into MS-DOS and I'm going to follow this guide, this manual, and I'm going to install the drivers for this card on the MS-DOS of Windows 98. And then we will check back to see if the Windows 98 actually sees the card and has successfully installed the drivers for it, because this card will act as both enabling me to run DOS games, and it's going to hopefully allow me to run the audio for the Windows 98 games and that. So that is the aim. Now the biggest question of all is not whether this would work in the PC and whether I can install the driver. That is 2 big questions, but there's a bigger question of how am I going to convert these floppy disks, these 4 floppy disks drivers, into either a stiffy drive, a stiffy disk, so one of the 3.5-inch floppy disks, or and then from a floppy disk to a CD for further. So how is that going to be done? I have a plan, but it isn't an easy one. And you're probably thinking, well, I could just go onto the internet. I could go onto the internet, Google this card, find the drivers for this card, install them onto a USB, or then from a USB put them onto a CD. But to me, by choosing the long road, it opens up more doors to explore. And because I'm doing this for fun, I don't mind torturing myself to get things done. So that is the overall. So this card is the one I've chosen to try because we are getting started. So hopefully this one will work and the PC will boot. We want it to post and boot. We don't want the pinging sounds to say this thing has a fault, because who knows whether this thing is working or not. So that is roughly what I'm gonna do, and I will see you to it.